We are talking about solving systems of equations, and we want to graph and solve systems of linear equations in two variables, and we want to use algebraic methods to solve linear systems. And in this case, the algebraic method that we're going to use is we're going to use elimination. This method is helpful when you do not see a variable with a coefficient of 1. We do see a coefficient of 1 right here, but what we can do is we can take this 1 pretty easily and match it to be the opposite coefficient of the x up here. So choose a variable to eliminate. In this case, we're going to eliminate the x, multiply one or both equations to obtain opposites. So right here, we're going to multiply this bottom equation by -2, and that way we can get the opposite -2 on this x and the +2 here. And then once we get that, we can add the equations together. So move this over here. So we're on to step 3 once we distribute this -2 in. So -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -5y is +10y. And -2 times 9 is -18. So then we can bring down the top equation there, and we say 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. And then we want to add these together. So the reason that we multiplied by -2 is to get these to cancel out. And once we get those to cancel, then we're going to add. So we have 10y plus 3y. That's going to be 13y. And -18 plus 5 is going to be 13. And then we can divide by 13, divide by 13, divide by 13, and we get y is equal to 1. So now that we have y is equal to 1, we can substitute that back. And in this case, I'm going to pick the bottom equation here. So I'm going to take this bottom equation, and I'm going to substitute the y in. So we're going to have x minus 5, and then we're going to take the y out. I'm going to say times 1, and that is equal to 9. So then we have x minus 5 equals 9. Add 5 to both sides, and then we get x equals 14. So we have y and x, and the last thing that we need to take a look at is we have to see what our solution is. So we can go ahead. Oh, right here, I got a mistake. So -18 plus 5 is -13, which is -1. So y is equal to -1. So when I substitute in a -1 into the equation, this becomes +5. And so we have to add a -5 to both sides, which then this just becomes 4 and not 14. So we would have figured it out if we substituted in, but now we can substitute in -1 and 4 to check to make sure that our solution is correct. So we have to use the top equation. So we have 2, and then the u is going to be 4. So 2 times 4 plus 3 times -1 is equal to 5, and that we're checking that. So we want to put a question mark there because we're checking to make sure that's true. So 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times -1 is -3, and that is equal to 5. So 5 is equal to 5, so that does check. And then the solution to this is going to be 4, -1, and this is consistent independent.